All right. Hello, hello, hello. Melissa May Dillon here, your insurance exam queen. And I'm checking to make sure that we are live where we need to be live. Insurance exam queen. Oh, not that. I wanted the page. Insurance exam queen. Okay. All right. Double checking, making sure we're live. It looks live. Yay. All right. I'm going to share this into our Facebook group. If you are catching this on YouTube and you are not inside the Facebook group, you should definitely join the Facebook group. Join me for live tutoring. My mic. Let me make sure my mic is working. You guys can hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me look at the comments. All right. Mic. Yeah, mic is on. Yes. Okay. Yay. Hello, hello. Okay, perfect. All right, join me for live tutoring. All right, shared it into the group. All right, and checking the YouTube channel. Yes, okay, seeing you guys on YouTube. You guys can hear me. Yay. All right, awesome. All right, so I am here today. I am cold. Gosh, am I cold? My office, it's getting warm outside. But my office is cold, and I don't have my jacket. I can put on my queen jacket. I have it. Where is it? Here we go. The original insurance exam queen jacket. I have two of these because I want to make sure I always have them. Totally matches my shirt, right? Like totally matches my dress. It's just totally on point. Let's zip it up. All right. Just hide the fact that it does not match my dress right now. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. So I am here for live tutoring to help you all out. If you need any help, fix my camera there a little bit. That's much better. I like that. Okay. All right. So you guys can join me live. If you want to come on screen with me or on audio with me and you have any questions, you want to talk about where you're at in taking the exam, you know, if you failed, if you're studying, wherever you're at, you want to come talk to me, you can come talk to me. Click that link. You'll enter into my little StreamYard thing, and then I can bring you on. You can be on audio. You can be like audio only. You could be on camera, whatever you prefer. So yeah, click that link to join me and to talk with me if you need any help or whatever. Also, next week, so this will actually be well, I know we're not in April yet, but I have been going live tutoring every single week for a while now. And in the month of April, I will not be doing live tutoring. This will be the one last time I'm doing live tutoring for the month of April. I know April starts tomorrow, but this is the first week of April and within this week. This week, I am actually going to be teaching for 2 weeks straight live on YouTube and Facebook. So we'll be right here basically back every day. We're skipping one Monday, but starting April 6th through the 17th, I'm going to be speaking about property and casualty at noon to 1 Central every day. And then life and health from 2 to 3 Central here on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're interacting with me at. And I'm just going to be talking. It's going to be just me teaching, just like having a conversation. There's no whiteboard writing. We're not drawing notes. We're not taking notes. We're not doing any of that. We're just going to be talking about the topics. And now these will be available for replay. So if you miss the live stream, it's going to be up forever on YouTube. So you'll just be able to watch it there or on the Facebook page. Okay, awesome. Let's see. Chariot Wheel passed my Rhode Island property and casualty adjuster's exam yesterday. Thank you. You are so welcome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let's see. Jewel Z. Bieber says, hi, I'm studying for my personal lines exam. I've been using your videos. What categories are tested for personal lines? I'm nervous. So personal lines insurance is insurance for an individual person or like a family. They're not running a business. They're just a regular family. So what does a regular family have? They have a house. They have a car. They might need like a boat policy, an umbrella policy, which covers all of that stuff with extra liability. But you're not selling commercial insurance. You're not selling insurance for a commercial building. Like right now I'm in an office. Like I have an office in our downtown area. It's super cool. This is like a commercial building and I have to have insurance on this structure. But just me as my family, I just have my house. I have my cars. Like I'm just an individual person or a family. So personal lines is what an individual family or person would need, not a business. So that's personal lines. Now, when it comes to personal lines, every state is a little bit different on what exactly they break down. You didn't tell me what state you're in, but generally speaking, almost across the board, you're going to have to know general insurance. This is, what is insurance? Insurance is the transfer of risk. What is risk? Risk is the uncertainty or chance of loss occurring. What are the two types of risk? There's pure risk and speculative risk. Pure risk is insurable and speculative risks are not insurable. Pure risks are loss or nothing. Speculative risks are lose or gain, like gambling. Insurance will not offer you coverage for speculative risks. Then there is hazards, which increase the chance of a risk happening. Hazards are circumstances or situations that make a risk way more likely. There could be physical hazards, which are material things, structural things that you can see and touch, gas cans next to rags in the garage. You can have a moral hazard, which is somebody who's lied on their insurance application. You could have a morale hazard, which is somebody who just runs around carelessly, right? So that's the general insurance side. It's a lot of definitions. Then you also will want to know policy provision and contract law, or P&C basics. Depends on what state you're in. You're in California, so it's gonna look a little bit. It's gonna have like property and casualty basics. So that's gonna be stuff like, what are the 4 elements of a legal contract? Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. What are the parts of a policy? That's going to be, you have a declaration page, you have definitions, you have an insuring agreement, you have conditions, you have exclusions, you have endorsements, all the things that are part of a policy. So then, and that's like those are all the definition side of things. That's going to make up a big chunk of the personal lines exam and even the property and casualty exam, no matter what state you're in. Then you're going to have dwelling and homeowners. And so you want to know the coverages and the names, right? So what are the names of the dwelling policies? I've got DP1, DP2, DP3. DP1 is basic. DP2 is broad. DP3 is special. Then you've got the coverages on them. Coverage A, the structure itself. Coverage B, all the buildings in the backyard. Coverage C, contents, although not automatically included on dwelling. Then you've got coverage D, which is loss of use or fair rental value. Loss of use is more a homeowner's, fair rental value is dwelling. So you need to know the policies, DP1 through DP3, what all the coverages are. Then you need to know homeowners. You have HO2, HO3, HO5, HO4, 6, 8. You've got to know the names of those. HO2 is broad, HO3 special, HO5 comprehensive, HO4 for rent. It's renter's insurance. HO6 is condo, HO8 is modified. And then again, what are all the coverages? A, B, C, D, E, F. You got to know all the coverages, all the names of the coverages, how they pay out, how they respond to a claim. Then you need to know car insurance. Car insurance has Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D, Part A liability, Part B med pay, per person med pay, Part C uninsured, underinsured motorist, Part D damage to your auto. You got E and F, but they're not highly tested. E and F are more like explanations, like duties after a loss, and then general provisions like bankruptcy and Bailey, no benefit to Bailey. That's a part of F. How do those coverages react when you crash with someone? You've got Part A, you've got liability. That's bodily injury, that's property damage. How does that work? How does that pay out? Then you've got umbrella insurance, which is insurance that rides on top of the homeowners and the dwelling. And if you run out of liability limits on the homeowners and the dwelling, you can access the umbrella, which has more, liability limits. Then you've got flood insurance. Flood insurance is through the government, not directly through insurance companies. A little bit about how that works, how there's always a 30-day waiting period. You can't get a binder on flood. The flood policies will start and end at 12:01 a.m. All policies start and end at 12:01 a.m. And then what else? I think and then state law, and then in California, it's not massive in state law by any means, but that would be a breakdown of the personal lines exam. Those covers all the major things. Now, if you're really curious about what is tested on my exam, I actually have that all written out. Everything that I just said, if anyone was like, trying to take notes, that's all written out. You got to go to my website, insuranceexamqueen.com. And there's a what's important for my state. And we actually have a document that you can print for your state that will tell you what's important for your state and what are things that you need to know. And then, of course, we always recommend that you go get gold. Gold is the videos that I have created that teaches all this stuff that I just talked about. What are the names of the homeowners? What are the coverages on the homeowners? How does it respond to a claim? Open peril versus named peril. Which policies are open? Which ones are named? What are the parts of an auto policy? So gold is me teaching all of that content in a way that's easy to understand, in a way that makes sense, in a way that's super simple, also available for purchase on my website. So you can get that free what's important for my state guide, which will tell you what to focus on, what's important, what matters in each chapter. And then it's going to recommend that you get gold. And it's for purchase for $99 on the website. And then there's a few other options. If you want to add your state law in there, if you want to add extra quizzes and exams, if you want platinum, where you can talk to people. So platinum is where you can actually talk to us. So if you're like, I want a teacher that I can talk to throughout the day as I'm studying, I want to be able to take a screenshot of a question and share it in a chat with teachers who are going to look at it and explain it to me and help me. If it's like it's a way where you can get like an almost immediate response from a teacher, from an instructor who's going to help you out. Platinum is available on our website for $299, whether you're doing the property and casualty or you're doing the life and health. And honestly, like if you try and go and get a personal tutor, even us, like we have tutors, Peter is like $70, $80, $90 an hour. I don't even remember. It's having a one-on-one tutor is a lot, but for $299 for 100 days, you can talk to a teacher as you're studying. And there's people who use it like quite a bit. Like it really depends on, how many, we have a person who's asking questions constantly throughout the day. What does this mean? Explain this to me. This is what I thought. It's a way of like being able to talk and interact. Like if you're like, I want to be able to ask questions and I want somebody to explain it to me and I want to explain my thinking and untwist some things, right? Because sometimes when you learn a concept and it's new to you, you can get it twisted with something else. And if you are able to talk about it with an instructor who can be like, oh, I see why you made that connection, but that's not the connection you want to make. You actually want to think about it like this instead. Like, for example, in the Telegram group the other day, we had a question where this is for the health exam. And it was talking about how if an employer pays your premium, they get to like write that off on their taxes. That's tax deducted. And then generally on the other side of that, the employee has to pay taxes on the benefit that they receive. But this question was like, there's no taxes whatsoever. And they were like, well, I don't understand. Like, I know I learned what you said. You told me that if the employer pays the premium, that they get to write it off on taxes. And then the employee has to pay taxes on the benefit. And I was like, but look at the question. They said medical. Medical is the one exception where it is tax-free all the way around. So when someone has medical insurance, the employer gets to write it off on their taxes. The employee gets to receive it tax-free. There is no taxes paid on a medical expenses, like going to the doctor, cancer treatment, stuff like that. There's no taxes on that. So if you fail to see that one part of the question, you get the whole thing wrong. So he could have looked at that and been like, oh man, I misstudied. I don't get it. It's all wrong. It's like I thought I understood this. And I just pointed out the word, it didn't ask about disability insurance. It asked about medical. You missed one little question, you missed one little word in there. Is that, okay, that makes so much sense. Being able to ask that in Platinum was powerful. Being able to have an instructor who can respond to you. You're able to upload your score sheets. We'll tell you exactly what it is you need to study. Platinum is amazing. That's available on our website for $299. Okay. All right. Let's see. Tarika. I took my health insurance exam last week and passed the state portion, but failed general section. My two weakest topics were types of policy and social insurance. I don't understand where I'm going wrong. I felt strongly in those areas. So clearly are you in Illinois or Iowa? Where they separate? Not every state separates general from state. But here's what I would say. Social insurance is actually a little part of the exam. It's actually not very big. Types of policies is much bigger. If you got a score sheet that's black lines, it's hard to know what is actually highly tested and what's not highly tested. So one, what I would recommend is go to my website, insuranceexamqueen.com, and go to what's important for my state and read what's actually important for your state, because social insurance is not a highly tested area. And it depends, like, did your score sheet, like if you're looking at black bars, you have to understand those black bars are not equal. Or are they showing you actual points? 14 points out of 30 points. Then you missed half. If it's 30 questions, that's very important. But you'll notice social insurance is only like 5 questions. Now, types of policies is a bigger area that you're going to want to know. Yes, that's going to be, understanding disability policies, long-term care policies, stuff like that. But then the biggest one that I would focus on the health exam would be health provisions. So it's going to be like the grace period, time limit on certain defenses, the insuring agreement. Those are those are way more important. The grace, the policy provisions from the health exam is going to be a lot more important. And then field underwriting. So that's the questions on, I have my application, the questions about filling out an application and underwriting and all of that. That's going to come from the field underwriting side. So I would focus on field underwriting and types of policies, yes, and then the policy provisions. So because you have the black lines in your state, you don't actually know how many questions were asked. What you're going to want to look at is your actual state outline. How many questions actually came from that chapter? Because if social insurance, right, you see this long line and it's only like a third filled out, so it looks like you missed all these questions, but that black line could be representative of 3 questions, which means you got 1 wrong, you got 1 correct and 2 wrong. And then you're going to spend the next 5 hours studying social insurance to get 2 questions, total waste of time. This is why what I teach and why I talk about is so powerful. Like some of these things I'm saying are like, I know these exam content outlines intently. I've studied these content outlines over and over again. Like I know what's going to actually show up on your test, what actually matters. And that's why my gold is so powerful, because after years and years and years of doing this, I'm coming up to 10 years teaching people how to pass the exam. 10 years of doing this for a really long. The Insurance Exam Queen is only 4 years old, but I was doing this prior in 2017, working for ExamFX. So I've been doing this for a long time. And these outlines, they don't change that much. The amount of content that is tested, the way that it's tested, I know exactly what it is. And that's why I put what I put inside the Gold Class Series package, because it's going to teach you the things you actually need to know with an emphasis on what you actually need to know. You'll notice my health provisions video is like way longer than my social insurance video, because social insurance is small, whereas the provisions is a lot longer. Like I will spend more time on the things that matter more and less time on the things that don't matter as much, so that you're actually prepared to be able to pass the exam. Okay, let's see. Caroline, how can I focus on the goal to test separately by property and casualty? So what I want to share with you, first of all, is that over half of the content is exactly the same. So when you're in a state where you have to study property separate from casualty, you have to know that so much of it overlaps. So much of it is exactly the same. If you were to look at your outline for property and your outline for casualty and compare them side by side, everything is almost exactly the same, except when you get to types of policies, property will be about homeowners and dwelling, CPP, BOP, and casualty will be more like CGL, umbrella, auto insurance. That chapter is the only chapters that are different. Policy provision and contract law, exactly the same. General insurance terms related concepts, exactly the same. New Jersey common to all lines, exactly the same. So I encourage people to study for both and take both on the same day, because so much overlaps. However, let's say you pass property, but you failed casualty. And you're like, well, how do I study casualty only? We titled it in gold. So when you're in the Gold Class Series package and you're like, I only need to study for casualty, we have labeled the videos, if they say property and casualty, you need it. Casualty only, you need it, right? So you can watch the videos that matter to you. So in gold, it'll be labeled, this is a property only video, or this is a casualty only video, or this is a PNC, you need both, okay? So we will label it for you. But again, so much information overlaps. And the more that you study the information that overlaps, you're like double dipping for both exams, right? So it's more important to know, to know the things that are the same, that are tested the most. That's going to be very powerful. So that's what I would recommend. Study for both, test for both. But if you only have to focus on one, like you already passed one and you need to pass the next one, we've labeled the videos in gold, which ones are property, which ones are casualty. Okay. All right. Stephanie's got a major shout out. She passed her property and casualty exam in Michigan the first time. Thank you so much, Melissa, for your gold and live tutoring opportunities. You are so welcome. I'm so excited for you. Congratulations. Yay. Okay. Is that the same for Michigan? In Michigan, I think you could take the PNC exam all at one shot. You don't have to separate it. But again, so much of the content is going to be the same between the two. All right, another shout out, Isabel. I just passed my life and health in Arizona. Woo! Congratulations. That is fabulous. You are so welcome. All right, let's see. Kayla, I am having trouble understanding annuities. Is there any tricks that can help with that? So let's just do a brief little overview of annuities. So where annuities are known as the opposite of life insurance. So why do we get life insurance? Well, we're afraid that we might die too soon. Like, I make the money in my family. I am the income earner in my family. I've got a toddler. I've got a husband. We've got a mortgage. We've got car payments. All those things need to be paid. And I would want money for my daughter to be able to grow up and take care of herself. I'd want my money for my husband to be able to live and take care of himself, right? So if I die, income could potentially stop, right? If there's no more queen, income could stop, right? I want to make sure that they've got plenty of money. So I have a life insurance policy. As an income earner, I have a fear that if I die too soon, my family will not have enough money. And that's why we get life insurance, right? Annuities is the opposite. Annuity says, what if I live too long? What if I live past my money? Because most of us will make money, but then we'll retire and we'll stop actively going out there and making money. Now, I will say I'm building a retirement-proof business where I'm selling videos that could last, lifetimes. So potentially the way that I'm building my company and what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, which you could also be doing as you're in an insurance agency too, is you're building money that you never retire from. But the normal average person is going to be working a job that they make money on. And then at some point, they get old enough that they stop working and they're no longer bringing money in. And then they could at that point start receiving Social Security from the government, but it's small, it's tiny. It's not always enough to live off of. So then the fear is, well, what if I work until I'm like 65, but then I live until I'm 100? That's 40 years of no income coming in. So like, how am I going to live off of money if I stop working and bringing in an income at a certain point, but then I live for another 40 years? How do I make sure I have money? Annuities are the answer to that. Annuities are income for the rest of your life. So with an annuity, again, it's the opposite of life insurance, where life insurance is I'm afraid I might die too soon and leave my family without money. An annuity is I'm afraid I'm going to live too long and I will run out of money. So an annuity is kind of like a savings account that you will then convert at some point to an income account. So initially with an annuity, you start saving money. I pay money in, and I'm building up my annuity, so that it becomes this big chunk of money. And at the same time that I'm putting money in, it is also earning interest. So it's growing money while I'm putting money into it. So this growing, and it's growing tax-free. The government is not taking any money from the money that I'm earning while it's still in the annuities, while it's still in the pay-in phase. So an annuity has very clear phases. The first phase is you're putting money in, putting money in, putting money in, putting money in. Let's say you start it when you're 30, you're putting money into it until you're 65, and then you retire. So you just had 35 years of putting money into the annuity, and it's also growing interest, growing interest. Then you turn 65, and now you take your annuity where you're putting in, putting in, putting in. Now you're going to do what's called annuitize it, and you're going to take money out. So now instead of putting money in and saving it, you're drawing money out, and it's going to be your income. So now I'm going to receive an income check from my annuity. So now it's paying me back. I put money in during the pay-in period. I annuitize it, and now it's paying me out. And then it is set to pay me for the rest of my life, even if I live a really long time, even if the money runs out. This is what makes annuities so cool, is an insurance company says, look, you will save a set amount of money by putting your premium, putting your premium, putting your premium. And it's also earning interest, so it's growing, 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 growing. Then we're going to annuitize it, and you're going to start taking money out, taking money out, taking money out. We anticipate that you're going to die around age 90, whatever, based on mortality tables. They got all kinds of data statistics. So they say in order for us to send you a $1,500 a month income check, you're going to have to save this much, and then you're going to receive this much until you're age 90. So we anticipate that all of this money will essentially pay you till you're 90, a $1,500 a month. And then at that point, your money will run out, and there's no more money left in the annuity. But the checks will still come. That's the insurance component of an annuity, is that even if you run out of money in the annuity, they will continue to pay your monthly income. They will continue to send you a check as long as you're alive. So the whole point of the annuity is you can't outlive your money, because even if all the money you saved in there gets paid out and you live much longer than they anticipate, they're still going to send you a check. They're still going to send you a check. You're still going to get a check. So an annuity is, what if I live too long? You will always receive money from the annuity as long as the annuity stays as an annuity. So the biggest thing is the annuity is the initial pay in. I pay money in, pay money in, pay money in, save it, save it, save it, grows interest. At some point, I stop putting money in and I start taking money out. We call that annuitization, and now it's payout. Now, a couple of things. Once I annuitize it, going from paying in to taking out, I'm locked in. I cannot change my mind. Like, let's say my annuity has $1 million in it, like $2 million in it, whatever. It's got a big old chunk of money in it. And I know, and then I receive a diagnosis, you're about to die. Like, you're terminally ill. You had this annuity set aside to pay you for the next 40 years, but you're definitely going to die. You're terminally ill. I want all my money. Can't have it. It's locked in. Now, this is what's really frustrating about the annuity. On one side, you get to have all of this, income for the rest of your life until you die. And it's great if you end up really living a long time. But what if you save all of this money and then you die much sooner than you anticipated or the insurance company anticipated? Now they get to keep that $2 million. Oh, what? That's the downside of the annuity. You're trading in this idea of like, I will always have an income if I live a really long time. But if I die, that money is gone. Poof, the insurance company gets to keep it. And that's the trade-off. So you're trading off this concept of you will always give me money. You will always make sure that I have an income. But if I die sooner than that money is spent, you get to keep it all. But if I live longer than that money is spent, you will still send me money. So that's the crazy thing about an annuity. Now, there's a couple of things you can do about the idea of like, oh my God, what if I die and there's $2 million in there and the insurance company gets to keep all of it? That's nuts. There's a couple of things you can put into play. One is you can have time period, you can have amount certain or time period certain. What this says is like, look, annuity, once you start paying out, you have to pay out at least a certain dollar amount, whether I'm alive or dead. Like, you have to pay out that amount. So like, let's say you have $1 million in there and you have amount certain that it has to pay out at least $500,000. and you die halfway in between of it paying out. So let's say you got $1 million, amount certain, 500,000. No matter what, that annuity has to pay out 500,000. You die when they've only paid out 250,000. That means there's another 250,000 that has to be paid out because that's how you set up the annuity. That would go to beneficiaries. That would go to someone in your family. But then once that 500,000 is paid out, the insurance gets to keep the rest. There are trade-offs to asking for a lifetime income, and that's losing the potential money if you die early. Another thing you could do is period certain. So you can say, I want the annuity to at least pay out for 10 years. So if you have the annuity start paying out, and then you die, 5 years in to the annuity is paying out, it has to pay out for another 5 more years. It has to, because that's how you set it up. So you can have a straight annuity where it'll pay you for the rest of your life until you die. But if you die and there's still a ton of money in there, any amount of money left in there, the insurance gets to keep it. But you could put guardrails on it of period certain or amount certain, which will say they have to pay out either this sum of money or for this amount of time. Now, one thing to consider when you do that is your monthly income check is going to be smaller. So if you do the straight annuity where you're going to receive an income check forever and ever and ever until you die, they might pay you $1,500 a month. But if you do a time certain or a amount certain, that same annuity might be now $1,000 a month instead of $1,500 because they got to save some of that money for the amount in the period. Oh my God, my bangs went the wrong way. My camera is opposite. I'm like mirroring myself. So those are some things about the annuity. A couple of other things. So like I said, once it annuitizes, you lock in. Like you can't change your mind. So even if I've got $2 million in there, I get a terminal diagnosis, I know I'm about to die, I can't touch that money. What I can do is I can sell it. So that's what J.G. Wentworth, it's my money and I want it now. That's what he does. He buys people's annuities. So let's say you got $2 million in there. You can't access it because it's locked in. It's only set monthly incomes. That's it. Then you would have to, you could sell it. So I could sell it to J.G. Wentworth for like $1 million. He'll take the full $2 million annuity. He'll slowly take the payments out for the rest of whatever time. And then he would cash it out at $1 million for you or whatever. So you could potentially sell the annuity and then surrender though. So let's say you have while you're putting money into the annuity, before you annuitize, so before you go from paying in to paying out, you can surrender. But you're only allowed to surrender while you're still in the pay-in period. And the surrender just basically means I no longer want the annuity anymore. I want to cancel this. When you cancel it, it depends on when you cancel it. If you cancel it early on, there may be a surrender fee. If you cancel it a few years in, after a while, there probably is no surrender fee. It just depends. Like every year that the annuity gets older and older, the surrender fee goes less and less and less and less till it completely disappears. Now, the only thing, though, is that when you surrender it, you're going to have to pay taxes on that money that was growing interest. So as you're putting money in, it's growing interest, growing interest, growing interest. When you take the money out, you're going to get taxes on that. You'll have to pay taxes on your little income check from the annuity. But also, if you surrender it, you'll have to pay taxes on that interest. I think that's some major things with the annuity. All right, we got a lot more questions coming in, so let's take a look at those questions. So that was an annuity breakdown. All right, let's see. El Amarlia. Hi, so I have taken my test PC for Michigan next Monday. This will be my 9th attempt. Unfortunately, I struggle with homeowners, auto, commercial. Just need some advice. I'm in the 90s range now. Okay, so one, I want to celebrate you. You took it again, you took it, you failed. You took it again, you failed. You took it again, you took it again, you took it again, you took it again. You are not stopping. Celebrate that. Celebrate that you've got the tenacity. This sometimes is exactly what you need to be a successful insurance agent. Because some of you cry at the thought of failing one time. What's going to happen when you don't make a sale? When you have a customer in front of you, I need homeowners insurance. Great, I've got this beautiful policy. Want to buy it? No. Life is over. No, you need to be able to be like, okay, on to the next. Okay, on to the next. Okay, on to the next. So you right now, I want you to know that you may feel like this is not for you because it's taken you 9 times, but you're exactly the kind of person that is going to be successful in the insurance industry because you're willing to take it so many times and not quit. Because to be a successful salesperson, do you know how many times I've told people go buy gold? A fraction of the people that I tell to go buy gold will actually buy gold. Not every sale lands. I'm selling to you, right? I'm giving you my knowledge, my skills, my everything, and I package it into this beautiful video and I'm selling it to you. If I got sad and broken down every time someone said no after I told them gold would be the very best thing to help them pass the exam, I know that's true. Everyone, we know it's true. You can look at the 5-star reviews. We know it's true, right? But some people are just going to say no. I have to be okay with that. I have to accept that. As an insurance agent, you have to be willing to accept the no. You've accepted the no 8 times. And you're still going back for your 9th attempt. So celebrate that. I really, really want you to anchor that in. This is exactly what it takes to be a successful insurance agent, is going at it, getting told no, and getting back up again, doing it again, being told no, getting back up and doing it again, being told no, getting back up and doing it again. You've got that on lock. That's amazing. I want to celebrate that. Okay, next thing. All right, you shared another comment. You said, I bought your videos on YouTube. I have a great understanding of the material, but when it comes to test day, I'm not as great. I had a tutor with Peter and he's been guiding me as well. Perfect. Okay. If you can give me some tips, I would appreciate it. And I bought Kaplan and ExamFX help, but I'm not getting that passing score. Okay. What I would want to, can you come on? I'm going to post the link. You can actually join me and we can have a conversation. I think that might be a little bit more helpful. If you can click that link, you can actually come on with me. Okay. Come on with me. You can be on audio. You don't have to show your face. You could show your face if you want to. Doesn't really matter to me. Click that link and join me so we can actually have a conversation. So 1, I would celebrate that you have taken this 8 times and have not given up. The thing that I would focus on, if you're working with Peter, you're watching the videos, you've studied Kaplan, you've studied ExamFX, I would actually start asking, what am I afraid of? If I pass this exam, I'm afraid that, and let the answer come. Say what it is, think what it is, let the answer come, okay? Allow the answer to just come and be what it is. And then you will find the reason that you might potentially be subconsciously blocking yourself from passing. We are very protective of ourselves without understanding it, without knowing it. Our brain and our body will do things that are the opposite of what we say we want if it believes it's protecting us. So if you have a fear about what it looks like on the other side of passing this exam, it can stop you from passing. All right, looks like you joined. All right, can you hear me? Unmute.
Hi.
Hi, okay. Are you the one in Michigan, right?
I am, yes.
Okay, talk to me.
So I'm in the library right now, so if I talk pretty low, then I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was, I could screen share my screen and show you my attempts.
Yeah.
If I can on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know how. And I emailed you on Instagram, but it was like giving me kind of the AI like Instagram. Kind of like, okay,
hang on. I'll get it.
Okay,
did you send the screenshot on Instagram?
I did not know.
Okay, can you send it there? I'll pull it up.
Okay. On Instagram. Yeah, I did send it to you on Instagram.
Okay, all right, hang on. Let me check the messages.
And I sent you a voice memo of it.
Okay, yeah, you're getting the automated. Oh, the voices. Okay, I don't see a picture. If you can send me a screenshot, that'd be great.
Okay,
But what are you afraid of if you pass?
I'm not afraid of anything. It's just like my mom told me yesterday. She was like, if you're gonna keep taking it, because my mom owns an Allstate office, you know. And I told my mom, I was like, hey, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I really have a problem with rushing, and I'm just trying to get done. And I feel like every time I take the exam, I'm in the 90s. I'm so stuck. And I had a thing with Peter and stuff, and he was guiding me, and we had like a whole AI meeting. He summarized the meeting, whatever. But then when I go test day, I'm crap. And I think I know it all. And I've been confident the last couple of times, but I'm just still in the 90s. But I suffer with commercial, homeowners, and auto. But I actually been watching your videos for about 3-4 days now, and I'm understanding it a lot more with the members only videos. But I just and I see all your reviews on comments. You're like, I took my property and casualty, I passed, and I just hope that the videos that you're doing, and you explain them extremely well, and I really appreciate it. But I've been doing this since.
Which attempt? At what point did you get the videos?
I got them. I actually, so my friend's cousin is a lawyer, and he was like, You need help." I'm like, "I do." So he searched you up, and I actually seen you probably in Jan because I've been doing this since December and I haven't
Okay.
passed, and it's been 3 months, and I need to get this done because my mom was like, "If you," and I've been unemployed too, but she was like, "If you can't pass this test, you're gonna have to get a job." But like, I want to do insurance, and I'm extremely independent. I go to my goals with everything, and I've owned 2 companies since 14, but I sold one. But that's just kind of how I am. Like, I don't give up. But
Yeah.
I just need that extra push to get that 111 in Michigan. Like, I'm trying
Yeah.
so hard. My mom bought me 2 courses. Nothing's working, but I think I don't have patience, and I feel like I overthink the questions on exam day, and I get like, and I'm stuck.
So when you sit down to take the exam, how are you feeling?
At the beginning, okay, at the beginning, extremely nervous, and that was in December and January. But now I just like, I think I know it all. Like, I could, what I can do is I can go to my email and I can, let me go to my email and go to my attempts, and I can send it to you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, but I
But
can send you my attempt.
because I mean, I can look at your score and I can tell you already know like what concepts you want to go after.
Yeah,
So
which
to
is
me, like it's more important. Like, let's break down what happens when you sit down to take the test. So initially you felt nervous. Now it's more like you keep saying, I'm not patient. What are you not patient about?
I just want to get that passing score, but I feel like there's questions that I see a couple times. Like, I've been seeing a lot of questions of the same, but then I feel like I know it, but then I just get the score and I'm like, dude, I didn't get it again. Like,
okay, so you're choosing the answer you think it is. You feel really confident as you're taking the test, and when you click submit, then you see the fail and you're like, wait, what?
yeah, and then I look at my score and I'm like, dude, I got 10 on commercial out of 18. I took the test last week. I got 17 on homeowners, but I took it recently a week ago and I got 12, and I'm like, what am I doing? So it's like I'm doing good in one section, but I'm doing horrible in the other one. It's really weird, but I'm still in the 90s range.
Okay, and when you're answering questions, are you feeling pretty confident when you choose your answer, or are you like kind of talking yourself between answers? And
I kind of had a struggle with memorizing over understanding the concepts, which has really been screwing me. And I have not been having patience, especially with the exam, because I want to get done so bad. And again, I've been doing this for 3 months. I've been studying for like 6, 7 hours a day. I'm exhausted. Like, I want to get this done and I want to start because I really want to do insurance. Like, because my mom owns it and she offered me the job, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. She was like, just so you know, the exam is tough. My mom took it 14 times. So yeah. So, but she had a lot more responsibilities. I don't have responsibilities. I only have college, but I barely go because they're all online.
yeah.
And I just feel dumb because I haven't got it. And it's like, why can everyone else get it, but I'm on my 9th try and I can't get it? It's so.
What
it
was your
sucks.
school experience like?
Yeah, we kind of just use AI. And that's what sucks, is because school never taught me how to study. So that's why
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've been out of
It's
school for a while. Even as a teacher, I've been out of school. Okay, but like, did you get good grades, or like?
yes, I had a
school?
3.4, but I like school, but even college is a joke. I use AI and everything. Like, we don't use we don't study, we don't do tests. Like, it's weird. I think it's a lot different now, but I don't have the foundation of studying. Like, I never was taught how to, because in high school.
So what are you doing when you study?
So I watch your videos. I'm practicing to take my time more on the test, like on practice tests. Like, I have Kaplan.
Hank, slow down. Okay, so you're watching the videos. Are you taking the notes?
100%. I've been doing that for 2 months now.
Okay, so everything that I'm writing out, you're writing out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then how else are you studying?
I have Kaplan flashcards. I have the quick sheet. I have the course online. I'm not gonna lie though, the instructor for Kaplan was not the best. He was, and like how you do it, it just seems so much easier, and I understand it better. But I've been writing, like, before you explain what auto is, like A through D, I read it on my paper and I'm like, okay, that's what it is. That's what that is. But I think what I'm really struggling with is I'm memorizing questions and test questions more than understanding what they mean. And that's what Peter told me, my mom told me, like, and other of my family members, just like, you got to understand the concepts, and that's what's holding you back as well. So right after high school, I sold my landscaping company. I had like 450 clients to my own, sold the company, and I just been locked in with this test, and I don't understand why it's taking me 3 months, and it's getting to a point where I need to get this, and I just gotta start working. So,
I mean, the biggest thing that's coming through for me is how you're talking about it. So you say, I struggle with, this is my problem. I can't do this. I have this. For me, it would be, the biggest thing is speaking to yourself differently. I can do this. I can study this. I can learn this. I can pass this test. Like, it would be it would be a mindset shift that I feel is the biggest thing coming from you. Like, you have the pressure because you want the job. Your mom's been doing it. She wants you to be successful. You have pressure, but it doesn't feel like you're too worried about, like, that's not the thing that keeps coming through. What keeps coming through is the really, honestly speaking, negatively about yourself. Like, I'm not getting it. I can't do it. I don't know how to study. They're all negative statements. So this is where I would want you to shift. Like, I can do this. I can study. I can learn. I can write notes. I can pass this test. And I would want you to, like, literally, what would be more powerful than an extra 2 hours of studying a day would to just take 10 minutes of visualizing yourself passing the exam. So visualize, like, literally closing your eyes and, like, I don't know, can you see things in your head or not? There's people who can't see things in their head. Can you see things in your head? You know what I'm saying? Did I lose you? All right, he might be in the library, or he is in the library. I don't know. He's just suddenly gone. But this is where sometimes for people, it's like you have to believe that you can do it. And if you constantly, our bodies believe what we tell our bodies. I can't do it. It's too hard. I'm struggling. Your body will believe that. And then it will produce struggle. It will produce evidence that this is too hard. It will produce, the fail so that you can prove it. Your brain wants to prove you right. So when you say, I can't do it, your brain is like, how do we prove that he can't do it? Yay, let's show him that he's right, that he can't do it. Like, our brains sometimes don't work in our favor. So it's like a backwards way of, like, again, protecting you. Our brains and bodies want to protect us. And so if you have this belief that I can't do it, then your brain and your mind want to show you can't, you're right. You can't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's like this statement. It's like, whether you believe you can't or can, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. So this is why I have a whole playlist on mindset, believing that you can do it, trusting that you can do it. So what I encourage people, like, if you're struggling with not being able to pass, talk to yourself a little bit differently. Like, we just had this 5-star review where she had failed multiple times, but she kept celebrating and cheering the fact that she would gain points, and celebrating and cheering on the fact that she took it again, that she got up and did it again. And she said that was the thing. Like, that's what made the difference for her. So, like, we have to celebrate that you've done this 8 times and that you're willing to go back, and then talk power into yourself. I can do this. I can pass. I can study. I can learn. I can do hard things. And then literally visualize yourself, feel the feelings of passing the exam. What would it feel like if I passed? I would feel excited. I would get all, like, hot and bubbly, like, and then visualize yourself telling your mom, going home and be like, Mom, I passed. Oh my God, you passed. Yay. Let's have a steak dinner and a cake and let's go out. Like, woo, like, celebrate the pass in your mind and in your feelings so that it feels real to you, so that it feels like it actually has happened, because our brains don't know the difference between imagination and real life. So if we imagine it, it feels as if it actually happened, then it's more likely to be able to happen. Like, some of you may think that I'm saying, like, the weirdest, like, woo-woo stuff, but it's like, this woo-woo stuff is what allowed me to make my business to begin with. I was a corporate worker at ExamFX teaching this stuff for $60K a year. Like, that's it. And then I got some woo-woo beliefs that I should be making way more money and helping way more people. And I literally sat in my living room. There is a video of me on the internet of me sitting in my living room, visualizing all the people that I would help. And I would literally visualize golden rays of light coming off of me and going out into the world and touching each one of you and calling you to me. And I would visualize this and I would feel it in my body. What does it feel like to help millions of people pass the insurance exam? What does that feel? And I would feel it in my body. And I would say, I am helping everyone. I'm taking care of everyone. Like I'm doing all these things for like I would feel it. And then we created this amazing, beautiful, big business that's helping everybody pass the exam. So you may think it's weird, but try it. It could work. Are you there? Yeah, I know it feels like you're trying to come in and out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Do you hear me?
Yay! Okay, yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God.
Did you hear any of that?
I heard all of it.
Yay! Okay, all right. So how does that feel?
It was good, but I don't know. I sit down, I pray a lot. Like I'm a firm believer like that, So I'm like, okay, Lamar, like you got it. You can get in this. You can finish it. Finish what you started. I'm not gonna lie. Like after high school, they weren't joking when they said life gets hard, but it sucks. Like 3 months of this, I feel like I'm in jail. Honestly, like it sucks. And I want to get done, and I shadowed with my mom for 2 months, and she already seen how good I was. I'm very aggressive on the phone. I couldn't sell but I transferred it to agents. But man, they would sell all of my policies. I'm like, you gotta be joking. So my mom was like, okay, like it was December, like middle. She was like, okay, you need to lock in. I'll buy your stuff for you. Just please finish the test. And look where I am now. 3 months later, still haven't got it. But I can share you my scores. So my first score was 61. My second score was 73, 73. And then I bought ExamFX on that time and I got to 94. And then I went to, hold on, let me check my paper because I have all my scores on there. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, 61, 73, 73, 94, 85, 95, and then I'm at 92, 93. So that's where I'm at. So I really came a long way, but I really feel like I don't have patience when I take the test. I just want to get done and get out, but I need to focus on being patient and understanding what they're asking me. And that's what Peter was telling me to.
Okay, so this is actually very interesting because so a college degree takes 4 years, right? 4 years of going to college. And the median income is low. It's like 30, 40,000 for a college degree. In insurance, it's 52. And you only have to take and pass the test. You don't have to spend 4 years. So I like to tell people any time less than 4 years to get your insurance license is a good deal. Okay. You're complaining about 3 months. So I'm just trying to put this in perspective for you. You're not wrong. You could pass the exam in a weekend. Some people have, okay? So you can get it done very quickly. So you keep saying, I need patience, 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 patience. And then you're like, I'm impatient about being able to pass the exam. So a lot of the times, the thing that we're going through is preparing us and teaching us for exactly what we need. So what I would encourage you to do then, if you're like, I need the patience, but I'm being impatient about getting patience, then that's your sign. That's your sign. So what I would do is I would be like, you know what? I'm going to do this no matter how long it takes. Like release the need that it has to happen on your next attempt and be like, no matter what it takes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It takes me 14 times like my mom. I'm going to do 14 times, 15 times, 16 times, whatever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to study. I'm going to learn the videos. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm just going to keep going, keep going, keep going. I ain't going to stop. Like I will have as much patience as I need to have to get this. I know the opportunity is there. My mom's ready for me. The job is ready for me. So I'm just going to take my time to do this. Like release the impatience. And then what surprisingly, shockingly, you're very likely to pass the next time because you remove that. I'm not patient. I'm not patient. I'm not patient. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. If you get rid of that and you just relax into this is what it is. This is how long it'll take, how long it's going to take, however long it takes. Anything less than 4 years is great. 3 years, fine. However long it takes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Like cultivate that mindset. And the other thing is like and this is believing that everything is always working in your favor all the time. When you believe and trust that there is a reason it has taken you 3 months and 8 attempts to do this, somehow, some way, this is teaching me something. Somehow, some way, this is preparing me for something. Somehow, some way, this is working in my favor. Somehow, some way, there's going to be a date in the future where I'm talking to a whole stadium of people in the insurance industry, telling them how it took me 9 times before I passed my exam. And I passed it on that 9th time. And then I went on to make millions and millions of dollars. And you can too. Like your story alone could be what is necessary for the rest of the world to be better. And you have to go through this story so that you have it, so that you can then share it. So if you always believe that what I'm going through is meant to serve me, what I'm going through is preparing me, what I'm going through is teaching me, and I will take my lessons. I will learn what I need to learn. I will cultivate the patience I need to cultivate. Like when you believe I'm going through exactly what I have to go through. I'm experiencing exactly what I have to experience so that I can be the person I want to be. Like when you take on that mindset, that's really powerful. Did you get all that? I know you're bleeping in and out. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stay in the screen and not touch anything. But but yeah, I understand. But again, like this is gonna be my story and how I passed my exam. It's for sure been a long, tough road for sure. And I was trying to get in contact, but I'm studying right now actually, like I'm in the library. But yeah, it's been a struggle for me to be honest. And I really hope the YouTube videos that you have for your members only, I hope it helps me because I've just bought that and I pray that it works.
Yeah, they're amazing. Watch them and stop doing any practice quizzes. Don't do any practice quizzes. Don't do any practice exams. Drop Kaplan, drop ExamFX, focus exclusively on those videos.
Okay, because I've just been real. Where are your commercial videos as well? Because they're like with ExamFX and Kaplan, there's so much information with commercial. But like when you were presenting it on YouTube, there's probably like 3, 4 videos, and I'm like, is that all I need to know? Like, there's no way.
In the membership, there's more videos.
I do have the membership, and I watched them all, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, with the commercial, it's actually a lot of the homeowners and dwelling stuff is going to be the same stuff that's inside of the commercial stuff. Like once you get property policies on lock, you're good. Now you got the membership on YouTube, which, I mean, gold is what I recommend to everybody. That's on my website, insuranceexamqueen.com. The YouTube video membership are for people who just don't want to buy outside courses. And they're like, I just want to stay on YouTube. They're different videos. The gold videos are longer, more. It's 34 hours of worth of video. I think the YouTube membership is closer to like 20 something. So you would get more in-depth videos inside of gold than in the membership. But if you, have you taken an exam attempt since watching all of them?
You know, I've actually trying to change my approach. Like what I would do now is Peter told me to like, cover your answers and actually analyze what the question is asking you before you look at the answers and actually think to yourself, okay, Lamar, what is it asking you? And then go answer by answer and actually analyze it. So that I've been doing that on Kaplan and just kind of, going a little bit slower to understand it. But
so Peter's not wrong in giving you that advice, but use that advice for the exam itself. Stop taking practice tests. Have you taken an exam attempt since watching my videos, the membership videos?
Today was my first day doing one, but I think I bought them I bought the videos last Saturday.
And you watched all of them and then you took a test today?
Today, but I'm going like 25 questions, watching some videos and going back and going slower with the practice exam so it can prepare me for exam day to go slow and just understand what it's saying. Like, if you know what I mean, but
I would fully stop taking questions.
You think so? Okay.
No more Kaplan, no more ExamFX. Completely get off of them.
Okay, so there's like even videos on ExamFX that are actually a lot better than Kaplan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm in some of them.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Oh, wait. Were you the girl that was speaking in the videos?
So, it depends. Yeah.
Oh,
but some of them you see me, I got blonde hair, less tattoos, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm really struggling with auto and homeowners and like commercial. I've always struggled with getting
I
10
mean,
and 9 right.
you can absolutely watch the Exam FX videos, but stop doing practice questions. Stop.
Okay.
Sometimes that is the very thing that helps people pass the next time. Because if you constantly take practice questions, you're memorizing exact questions to exact answers. You're not actually learning anything.
That's what's screwing me up because when I used to take it in January, that's when I got Exam FX. And then even CAP when I was getting 80, 95, 98%. And I'm like, Mom, I got this. And then I go to exam day and I was getting 73 correct. And I'm like, there's no
Yeah.
way.
Stop.
And I already,
All
yeah.
practice questions.
Okay. So I'm probably just going to strictly watch the videos and what I'm struggling with, which is just
Yes.
homeowners and auto. And on homeowners this time I got 12 out of 22. And then auto I got I think 14 out of 22, which is really bad still. So I think if I lock down on those two sections and I get like maybe 19 or 15 on both, I'll be set and I'll pass. But I'm doing really good on property and casualty basics. I got 24 out of 30. The law, I'm getting
That's
10,
good.
11. Business owners, like maybe 4 or 5. Workers' comp is, I think, 6 questions, and I think I got 3 or 4 out of 6. And then other coverages and options, I'm doing good on that. But it's
Yeah,
auto
I
and
would go after
homeowners.
homeowners and autos the most and then commercial. But this is exactly what I want you to do. 1, stop all practice exams. 2, focus only on my videos. 3, visualize yourself passing. And 4, talk powerfully to yourself. I can do this. I've got this. I'll do it as long as it takes. Everything that I'm going through is part of what I need to experience to be the best insurance agent ever, and I will trust the process.
That's how I've been thinking, but there's some days where it really gets to me where it's like, damn, when is it going to be over? Like it just sucks. And I study and I feel like it's not worth it, but I know it will be at the end.
And the person that you're becoming while feeling that struggle and that suffering is who
Yep.
you need to be a successful agent.
And I know I wanted to do insurance because I got it offered to me. My mom was, and I had a company. She was like, if you want to work with me, you're going to make a lot of money. She was like, I promise you, like with your landscaping, you make good money. But she was like, if you sell the company and work with me, because my mom's going to retire in like, I think 5 years. So,
Yeah.
and she's 41. She's doing really like she has her own office. And she's like, Lamar, you need to pass the exam because we're gonna open another office. I'm like, okay, give me a minute. Like I'm trying to process this. And I haven't even started working like full time and I've never sold anything yet. So I want to see how it is. But man, getting like that 75,000 a month commission on that board is a good feeling. But I'm just so like I'm just stuck, I'm trying to pass this and it's pulling me back from.
So this is where you're not stuck. This is the mindset shift. You're not stuck. You're exactly where you need to be to become the insurance agent you want to become.
Mm-hmm.
That shift alone, like this is not a study harder game for you. This is a get my mind right game for you. So this is why it matters. So this is King from Space just said, look, look what he just said. This kid already has a job handed to him. Your mom already has a successful business. She already is making a lot of money. She's going to hand it to you. How do people, what is the success rate of people who have rich, wealthy parents and their kids are handed everything they need?
Well, I have to buy the business office.
I know, I get it, but follow me on this. What is the success rate?
Probably under 20%.
Not great. When kids are just handed things, it's not great. Now you have to buy the business, yes, but you're going to easily be able to get a loan for that because there's already a successful business. So what could be the chances that you're going through this right now so you can learn what struggle means?
Because I've never been through struggle before. This is a test.
Yep. I've never been through struggle. You're going to need to struggle. You're going to have to learn. Yep. I have struggled building this business. It is necessary. It is a part of growth. Do you know that if a tree never feels the wind, it doesn't get strong? And by the time, like if a tree grows tall and it's never been through a storm, the first storm that comes along knocks it down. It didn't matter that it grew so tall. Mm-hmm. Didn't matter. Right. It has to suffer. It has to struggle so that it can gain strength. You need to gain strength. You need through struggle so that when you have this business handed to you, you will understand what struggle is and you will be prepared for the struggle that comes in. because it will. It always will. That's what life is for. It's the learning, it's the struggling, it's the having a problem to solve, and the figuring it out.
Yeah, you're right. Yep. And I don't know, me personally, like I'm a very strong person, and like with that king from space, this kid already has the job handed to him. I mean, I do, but I'm working for it, and my mom's gonna train me to become the best. Like I'm not, and I'm very like independent as well. Like I pay
Yeah.
all my, I'm just very like, I'm very goal orientated. Like I want to get this test. I want to become the best I ever can, and I'm trying so hard. Like, and then I just,
And this is where you say, by going through this, what I'm going through, I am becoming the best. So
and
instead of
becoming,
saying this is ruining me from being the best, this is helping me become the best. And it's not to say, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that you just that you got everything handed to you and it's all perfect and amazing and whatever. I know it's going to come at a cost. It always does. But like, you do have things a lot better lined up for you than someone else. Right. So someone else
I do.
and so
I
it's
do.
it's
I'm
being
grateful.
yes, exactly. Being grateful about it. Yes, 100%. And being grateful that what you're going through is preparing you. This
Become
is
the person.
truly a belief that I have. Everything I'm going through is preparing me to be the person I want to become.
Exactly.
Everything.
Yep. You're right. And that's what I'm trying so hard. And I'm just, and it's not like it's not handed to me. It kind of is. It took her a while to open it. She was like,
Yeah.
and then even like with
And
her,
you had to be the kid dealing with the mom who was building a business. You've had your suffering. You've had stuff. So it's again, I'm not saying it's coming without a cost, but it is gonna. It's a well-oiled path for you, right? And it's prepared and it's ready. So be willing to do the struggle you need to do right now to pass this test. Embrace it.
Yeah, I have to.
See it as part of your success, not hindering your success.
But yeah, even, and I get it. It's all handed to me, but it's not really. But it comes with a lot of responsibility. Like my mom sometimes, like even owning your own office, even for everyone, even watching in here, it's not easy. Especially even when you're an agent, you have a lot of responsibility too. Even when you're an employee, like if you do something wrong, someone can get sued. You have a lot of responsibility, even as an agent. Like I know it because my mom's been through a lot. Like she had her boss, and she was like, her boss was like, I can't have you here if you don't have your license. And she was taking care of me, working 90 hours, going through a divorce, and I was 6 months old. And I don't know how she did it, but I have nothing. I have nothing right now. Like I have nothing to worry about except 2 classes, 3 classes, and I can't pass an exam. But I'm doing all the studying, everything I can, and I can't get it. So I know it's possible. I'm not gonna give up. I'm right there. I'm so close. Like I'm so close.
So that's what I would switch for you, is that language. I have everything, but I have nothing. Like I have nothing to worry about, and I can't do it. I am doing what I have to do to be prepared to be the man who needs to run this business.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just wanted to, I don't know, I appreciate you letting me join. Like it really means a lot, but I just wanted some more advice. And I'm trying to switch my attitude, and it sucks, man. Seeing all those fails, it really like gets to me. But I'm really strong. I'm a really strong person on the inside, but I just want to, man, calling her and telling her, "Hey, mom, I'm finally done." Like that is going to be.
I want you to visualize that moment. I want you to feel that in your body. That will serve you far better than, again, an extra 2 hours of studying. Focus on that feeling. Calling your mom and telling her you passed. What does that feel like in your body?
Happiness and accomplishing something that I never thought I could.
And like, what is it? What would you feel like? Your heart? How would that feel?
Oh, it would release all my stress and my worrying and finally being done with it. And I've been doing this for 3 months, like I told you. And man, and then I can wake up and I can go to work and do something I love to do instead of studying all day.
What would it be like to see your mom's face smiling when you tell her?
I'd just be speechless. And I feel like I worked so hard for it. And she finally seen that I got through the struggle that almost broke. But the thing is, with the process, it breaks you to become the person you need to become. And you need to know how to handle struggle before you get to what you pray for and what you want. You have to go through something, and it's all worth it in the end. You just have to suffer. You have to suffer. Like, again, my mom's husband, he's a doctor. He did 8 years of hell. Like, he told me how bad it was. But again, everyone suffered. My uncle went to college for engineering. but it was harder back then. But still, I have everything I need. I have all the resources. I have everything I need. I got you. I got you. I have the exam effects. I have Kaplan. But it's like, again, it's only temporary. This is not for life. So I need to just power through, get done, and know that I'm going to pass it, no matter how hard or how tricky how they make it seem. So I'm just gonna keep trying my hardest every day until I get it, which I'm gonna get it soon. And I just hope your videos help me, and that's why I bought the course from Peter. So
well, I would say the way you're talking about it now is infinitely more powerful than the way you were talking about it from the beginning. That, I think, is the shift you need. And I would say that we've been talking for like over 20, 30 minutes now at this point. Honestly, like sometimes just being able to talk with me and be in my energy and get me touching you live could be enough to shift to the past. And believing that is powerful. Placebo works. So I again, cut all practice exams, only focus on my videos, visualize yourself passing. And I think there was and speak powerfully to yourself. Those are the things I want you to do. You've already started speaking powerfully to yourself. You've got my videos, watch those, put down the practice testing and keep speaking powerfully to yourself. Everything I'm going through is exactly what I need to go through to be the man that I want to be, to run this business the way I want to run this business.
All right. But I don't think I have any other questions. And I really appreciate you letting me join because I was kind of planning on talking to you. So I just saw your live, but I used to study for like 8-9 hours a day. And I kind of cut it down a couple hours, but now I do around 6 and I, do study rooms in the library and it's been helping a lot. But I think watching your videos, I get a better understanding than exam effects. They talk, but it doesn't really dive deep in what I need to know.
No, it's like an overview. Yeah. It's very quick overview. It's not full blown teaching, which is why I was the most requested instructor at Exam FX. So so I worked there, but my job was teaching. And big insurance companies who had like 30 plus people to get licensed and trained all at the same time, they would hire me to come in. They would all have the online course, but then I would be teaching them the information and taking them through the course. So I would teach them everything. They'd take the quiz, teach them everything. They didn't even read anything. They didn't need to. So they would learn everything from me in person, take the quiz, and then I had 80% pass rates for a group of 30 people. I had the best pass rates in the industry. Wow. But that's how powerful my teaching is, because I actually teach it. Like I actually draw a chart, draw a graph. Let me explain it. Let me tell you what to memorize. So the more you focus on my videos, the more powerfully it's going to be for you.
Okay, so I'm just going to probably keep watching because I struggle with commercial, homeowners, and auto, but now I can clearly say I have notes of paper, like I've been writing of everything you did for each section, and I can understand it a lot better. Like now I can visually say, if you know dwelling, I know what dwelling is, other structures, personal property, the percentages for each, loss of use. It's just, and then I go to test day and I'm like, what does that mean? I just get lost sometimes, but again, it's been tough.
So when you're taking the test, I guessed correctly. I got that one right. 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 It's powerful to pretend. So even if you're like, oh, but you're like, I got it right. I got it right. I guessed it right. I guessed it right. And I've even told people, imagine like if you get to a question and you're struggling, imagine asking me, and then whatever answer comes to you, choose it and move on. And people have cited that in their 5-star review, that's the reason they passed the exam, that they asked me questions in their head, got the answer, and got the pass.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, honestly. But I'm so close. Like I'm in the 90s. I just needed to shoot up, under 20 points, and I'm there. But then I'm for sure, I'm going to email you once I pass, though, for sure, or I'll comment on a YouTube video.
Yeah, but and you've already jumped 30 because you started in the 60s, right? And now you're in the 90s?
Yeah, 61, and then
so you've done it before. I've done it before. I can do it again, and I will do whatever it takes. Once you make the decision of like whatever it takes, it releases a lot of things that were holding you back. Because like sometimes it's just the I have to get it this next time or else, and it's like, well, if you feel like that when you're a business owner and you don't have any room for flexibility, it's not going to work out for you. So God is like, we're going to have to teach this kid some flexibility, and we're going to show him what it's like to fail until he finally realizes he's just going to have to do what it takes to get it done. no matter how long it takes. And when he relaxes into that, we'll hand it to him.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of where I'm at right now, but I just have to trust God's plan. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I got to keep showing up, watching the videos, and and then I just did practice tests like today, but you said not to do them anymore. But I feel like the thing is when I do my test like online, I'm just so impatient. I want to get done. Like, I just want to finish the test. But today I've really shifted around, and I'm like, okay, Lamar, take your time, read it, and understand what it's asking me. That's what I've been trying to practice because on exam day, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, that's perfect. And I'm glad Peter taught that to you. And I'm glad you had a day of it. Now you lock that in, carry that to when you do the exam. But in the meantime, no more practice tests.
Okay. All right.
It's
I'll
just
stop doing
it's
that.
not worth it. If there's any questions you're going to do, it would be the Kahoot games that I have for free. They're under the resources tabs. It's like a little game that you can play, and it removes the testing type vibe, and it just tests you on your actual knowledge more than like, because they're not big scenario questions. They're like, did you memorize the name of a homeowners? Did you memorize the name of the coverages?
Yeah.
And they're really powerful. I feel like the Kahoot games.
Okay. And yeah, I know all the homeowners. I know HO2 through 8. I know every peril. I know auto. I know the commercial auto. I know all property and casualty, pretty much every definition. If you say something, I'll know what it is. It's just like, but test day, I get there and I feel like I'm getting more and more and more impatient. But I need to learn patience because that test is not a joke. It's not. You need to
Yeah.
take your time.
So
You
this is
have to
what
go
I'm saying.
slow.
I will do it no matter how long it takes. Like, harness the patience you need. Become the patient. Like, so sometimes we will not pass the test until we learn the lesson. Your lesson, screaming loud and clear, is one, you need a struggle, and two, and being okay with the struggle, and two, the patience, which goes into the struggling. I will struggle as long as it takes. I will do this as long as it takes. So when you go into that 9th attempt, be like, I don't care if I pass or not. I'm going to do it as long as it takes. As long as it takes, I'll do it. And when you really anchor that in, you're actually likely to pull off a pass the next time.
I hope so. I've been really trying my hardest, honestly. Like now, again, I'm in the 90s. Like I'm not too far off. I need that switch. And I think I need to have more patience and just understand that it's only temporary. Like I really feel like I've been doing this for years, but it's not.
3
But I
months.
just
And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like you're only 18. First of all, that alone, like some people are not figuring out that insurance is a great way to make money until their 30s, their 40s, or 50s. You get to do it at 18. Like, thank you, Mom, for getting me set up in this, where I will be able to have a very successful business. I won't have to struggle and do the single mom thing like my mom had to do. I don't have to do it. She made this amazing path for me. So harnessing that gratitude, focusing on that everything that I'm going through, everything that I'm struggling is helping me, preparing me, and I will do this as long as it takes.
Yep. All right. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, but I'm just gonna keep pushing and showing up to study. And I pray that because I take it next Monday. So yeah, I'm just I'm really trying my hardest. And I'm gonna keep watching the homeowners and commercial and auto, and those are my only weak spots. So if I master those, I'll be good. And I understand.
And also they're under on the website, insuranceexamqueen.com. There are student notes, and there's a 13-page document on homeowners. Read that.
Okay.
And there's the auto one. There's all kinds of notes on there. Read those notes.
Where are they at again?
Under the resources of the website. So insuranceexamqueen.com. There's going to be resources. It's the same place you can find the Kahoot games. There's student notes.
Okay, so I just wrote that down, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So if you have anything else like I need to do, and I know my attitude for sure
Like
has to change.
I know you have the YouTube membership, and that's great. But there is also, again, gold. Gold is what I recommend to everybody. It's $99 for 100 days access. It's got all the in-depth videos. It's got student notes. It's got charts. It's got graphs. It's got questions. It's the thing that I recommend to everybody. So, I mean, I think for you, it's more of a mindset shift that you don't necessarily need to get gold, but it is there if you wanted it.
Yeah. All right. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, but I really, 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 really appreciate you letting me hop on the call with you. I like on the live stream, but yeah, I'm really blessed though for sure. He's gonna let me take over, and She's going to train me to become the best. Like I'm ready for it. I am. And ready for all the responsibility, the struggle. Even as an owner, it's going to be a lot of pressure, but I'm ready for it. Like I really want to start, and I'm not going to give up because I know I'm so close. I'm
So I
so
want you to know
close.
you're already starting. Like this is part of the path. This is where I believe this is part of the path. This is what's serving me.
Yeah,
You're not behind. You're right on time.
Yep. And I really hope that next Monday I get it and I'm done and I just can finally move on. Like it's kind
But
of
I
getting
will
to.
do it as long as it takes.
Do people really take this long? Does it take 3 months for some people or longer?
I've worked with people where it's taken years. Again, anything less than 4 years is winning.
Jeez. And I've
Put that into perspective. I mean, you're 18. You're supposed to have a college degree for the next 4 years before you go get a big boy job, right?
Yeah, but this
and
is
you're
my
like,
job.
I'm 18. Yeah. I'm gonna skip that. I'm just gonna take this test, even if it takes you 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year. That's 3 years less than what it would take for another person who's wasting time in college right now.
I know. Do you think college is a scam?
Yes.
Because I'm at a community college, but only reason why I went is because they're paying for it. Like I'm on a scholarship. I'm on FAFSA, so I'm just taking these free classes and like, dude, that's kind of a joke.
I think most education is a scam. I've been a public school teacher. I will never send my daughter to school ever.
I probably won't either to college. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I've talked about that before, but that's a whole other conversation for another day. Yeah. I would get your mindset right. Stop taking practice quizzes. Focus on my videos. Speak powerfully to yourself. Okay.
All right. I appreciate you so much and God bless. Thank you again.
Yep. Okay. Sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass your exam. You have an amazing day.
Thank you so much again. Have a great day.
Bye. Okay. All right. I know you guys asked a ton of questions in there, but we've gone a half an hour over. I'm going to remind everybody, I'm going to be back on next week, April 6th through the 17th. I'm going to be teaching live every single day on YouTube, noon to 1, property and casualty, life and health 2 to 3 central. You can watch the replays on the YouTube channel. Okay. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. The best place for all the resources, what's important for my exam, what do I need to know, how do I need to pass, insuranceexamqueen.com. It's all there. All right. I'm sending you guys all the loves, all the vibes to pass your exam. You guys have an amazing day. Bye.